Okay. Are you still working with that?
I'm finished.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Lucia?
Same here.
Okay. Well, how was the exercise?
Yeah, in my case, good, professor, but I don't know if we can do the exercises also of the Pearson. I have a really big
Mhm.
questions exactly with these embedded questions.
Yeah. Embedded questions are something similar to indirect questions. Oh, okay. Sorry. The difference is that, for example, we use some questions with question words, but they are not really questions. In many cases, we don't use for example, auxiliary verbs, right? What's painful is the hot coffee. Okay, let me hide this one. And but sometimes there is in the place of the subject or the object place. But the thing is that basically we use the embedded questions. We say the ones that are using uh, double words, especially, right? And also sometimes we use that or not. It depends, right? It can be omitted, but I think as you asked me in the platform, we're gonna work with that, of course. In the platform, we're gonna find that usually that's gonna be about is that and the double words, okay. But as we can see here, what I need right now is a break. But we were checking out the last class, I think this one as well. Um, well, usually are some like polite questions in general. I think I didn't explain this one the last class. Ended questions can occur within a statement. For example, over here, can someone explain why there is a lipstick in my glass? I'm not sure how this fly got in my soup. Well, in this case, it is used the sorry, the question mark, but but we don't have to use basically auxiliary verbs, right? For example, I don't know how that did happen. We only say I don't know how that happened, and something like that. I think we also did this one. Um, okay, but for example, I wonder what is the soup of the day. I wonder what the soup of the day is, or something like that, right? We can change that. Placing the auxiliary sometimes if it's necessary to the at the end of the question. But usually we're gonna start with this. I don't know. Can you tell me? Do you know? Okay, those are to sound more polite. Okay. And also in the questions, sometimes we use whether or if. It can be any of them because the meaning of if and whether is the same, right? And for example, this is a normal question, right? But for and in order to make the same question, but in an embedded question way, I'm not sure if the weather is coming back, right? We're using if over here to retell the same question, but in this case as an embedded question. But over here is just a normal question, right? Sometimes the embedded question is also to retell the other person's idea, okay? And the as you can notice here, can we get the bill, right? And how do you think we can change this into an embedded question? Can we get the bill? How could we get the bill? Do you have any idea using if or whether? Any ideas? How can we change this into an embedded question? Probably we can use different words at the beginning. I don't know. You can say, I wonder if we could get the bill, right? Something like that. Or you can, if you want, you can use like the examples. I'm gonna get back. I'm not gonna share the other one, but look at this. We can use, for example, I don't know, right? I don't know whether we're gonna, okay, for example, this one. This word we can use. I don't know if we could get the bill, right? Something like that. Or um, I wonder if whether we could get the bill, something like that. But look at this one, right? The same question we can retell into embedded question. I wonder whether mm, we could get the bill, or I wonder if we could get the bill, right? That's the difference. I don't know. In this part is easy to understand. Lucia and Karin, what do you say?
Teacher, so we have a structure of these embedded questions. For example, with, I don't know, with the perfect simple present, or
Uh,
we
yeah,
have a subject plus verb plus, but with a better question, we have some similar structure.
in the embedded question, we won't change the time. The time will be the same.
I don't know, but my question is, if we have a I don't know, a structure that we can say that in embedded question we use, I don't know, we use I wonder or something like that, plus if plus whether, or something like that, plus I don't know, subject, or we it, he, plus the verb in the I don't know, in this case is in the present, no? Right?
Yeah, I think you are asking for maybe a formula, right? Um, yeah, embedded question usually, if we can also write a formula, but it depends on the situation. We are not gonna always use I wonder. There are some phrases that we can use to introduce the embedded question to retell the other person's idea. It can be a wonder, I wonder, uh, any idea. Okay, it depends on the situation. There is not an exact formula, but I think is that we don't have to change. We have to be careful that first of all, do not use auxiliary verb, because if we use the auxiliary verb like a normal question, of course we have to replace this one, right? If you can see here, the subject is before the in this case this auxiliary could, or in this case modal verb, right? I wonder if I say I wonder we could get a could we get a bill? No, or could we get the bill? It's not the embedded question. So in this case, the only thing that we are doing is that question, we maintain the time of the or the tense of that, and we retell the same idea, because embedded question can be, it can come in a different sentences. Okay, in this case is the four-way. Sometimes it can be with the not with if or whether. In this case is one form of embedded question. The other ones were only with WH word, right? With WH word. And in this case is a different kind of embedded question. But the idea is not to change the time and try to tell the same idea of the other persons, but without changing the time. Only that. I don't know if I answered your question, but to write a formula, yeah, we can do, but depending on what kind of embedded question, if it's with WH word or if it is with um, like any question, like with verb be, right? Because we can ask questions like, are you from La Paz, for example, right? And he mentions that if he is from La Paz, for example, or what's your name can be like, right? What's your name? And he's asking what his name is, right? Or something like that. Okay. But sometimes even it is possible to work in. It depends. How kind of question could be? I don't know, direct or indirect as well. But look at
Uh,
this one. Yeah.
uh,
Go.
Professor, just for maybe a clarification or like a comment, is possible to say that these embedded questions have, if we talk about the formula, for example, like the affirmative structure, we can say, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Not
Usually.
not per se like the formula per question, more the formula per like an affirmative statement, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Yes. Thanks for that. Is for an affirmative. Sometimes we use in a real life to retell the other person's idea, but without changing nothing. How can I explain that in Spanish? Maybe like, for example, ¿cuál es tu nombre? Right? Él pregunta de sobre tu nombre or something like that.
And which was the difference between reported speech and this embedded question?
Yeah, reported speech is very similar, right? But no, reported speech has a special structure. If we talk about reported speech, because Karen was she mentioned about the time, right? In the reported speech, it is quite different because there, if it's, for example, past, we're going to talk about past perfect, or if it is present, we're going to talk about past, right? But in this case, in embedded question, is we keep the timing, well, the tense, we don't change it. But it is quite similar in some aspects. Sorry. For example, the embedded question must be introduced with some phrases to sound polite only. Yeah, to sound polite. I don't know, like saying, me preguntaba si puede darme la cuenta or something like that, right? Instead of saying, puede darme la cuenta, por favor, or something like that, right? But we say, I don't know. Usually, I wonder if you can show me the bill or something like that, right? But I don't know if you accept credit cards, for example, right? Is it more clear now, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. For example, how can we do this one? The direct question can be, or the normal question, is something burning, right? Is something burning? But of course, this is with verb be. We're not going to use in the same place in the embedded question. Over here, we can use some of the introductory phrases, right, to use this question into an embedded question. To sound the goal is only to sound more polite, not to ask directly, and that's only that purpose. There's no other. For example, I wonder if something's burning, right? And how can you do this one? Let's practice with from number 1 to number 5, using any of them. You can use if or whether in this case.
For example, can you tell me if you accept credit cards?
Very good. Can you tell me if you accept credit cards? Of course, that's the correct one. I'm sorry. Yes, because, and how about number 2? Who wants to try the number 2?
We are not sure. Uh, the soup, if the soup is spicy.
Yes. Yes. Very good. 3.
Eh, I don't know if there any lunch. Oh wait.
I don't know if there are any,
Oh yes, if there are any lunch specials.
yes, any lunch specials. Yeah, the only thing that we're gonna change is the place of verb be. And 4, how do you think?
Do you know if we can look at the menu?
Yes. Do you know if we can look at the menu? And number 5.
She asked me if the waiter include a tip in the bill.
If the waiter include a tip in the bill. Yes, but included, right? Because it's about
Yeah, sure.
if the waiter included a tip in the bill. Yeah, I don't know. With if it sounds very easy, right?
Mm,
But it's easy. Yeah, but it's quite different if we compare with the other reported speech or other ones. But let's do now, as you said, let's work with our platform. Yeah, let's work with some examples on it. Okay. And then we're gonna have something different after that. Come on, my internet is quite slow, or very slow at this moment. But I'm gonna get connected right now. Okay. So after this class, I'm gonna make available the quiz of this lesson 3. It's gonna be available until Sunday, by the way. Okay. We are working on lesson 3, and let's work with the grammar section, which is the embedded questions. Okay. Let's start with this one. Let me share my screen, please, right now, and let's work with that. Okay. I think you can see that, right? So
we're going to do the 2 exercises, yes?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, what about this number 1?
Maybe it's which? Is which?
Okay. Do you know which course Jackie is taking?
Yeah.
Okay. What about number 2?
I don't know where is the student loans.
Okay. I don't know where is the student lunch. Okay. Number 3. I'm sorry.
I wonder where Teacher, if we don't have the,
auxiliary,
no, how can I say,
the
interrogación?
mark.
Yes, the question mark. We use for example, in the second example is, I don't know where is the student lounge.
Yeah, in that case, it's not right, right? This is incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was my question because.
Otherwise, it can become a normal question, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I wonder where Jack lives.
Yes, I wonder if I say, where does Jackie live? It's not an embedded question, right? It needs, it could need maybe over there, I wonder, comma, then a question mark after does, right? And of course is this one. Okay. How about the other one, please? Somebody.
Can you tell me who the professor is?
Okay. With a question mark or without the question mark?
I think with the question mark also, or no?
Okay. Okay, yeah, sometimes can be. But how about number 5? What do you say?
I don't understand why Jackie did it.
I don't understand why Jackie did it. Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about number 6? If somebody can help me with that.
I'd like to find out.
Okay.
If Professor Robert is teaching this semester.
Okay. If Professor Roberts, Professor, okay, the name I think is right. Yeah, now it's, let's check, let's submit and check if something is wrong. Everything is fine, right? Okay. And sometimes it is possible to use also a question mark, but not, what is not needed to use. It is do, did, does, okay? That is not needed to use in an embedded question. But in this case, it is possible to use like this number, like the number 4, okay? And let's move on to the next one, as she asked me to do. Let's do it. Let me open the other one, the embedded question number 2. Okay. Now let's let me share, please. Okay. So what should we do here, or how should we work over here? For example, how do you think we can do this number 1?
I don't know where
Sorry.
Valentino is. Sorry.
Go ahead, don't worry.
I don't know
Where Valentino's is.
Okay, Valentino's. Yes, I'm sorry. Valentino's. Valentino's is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about the next one? It's close to my apartment. Do you know? Remember, you can use whether or if.
Do you know if they accept credit cards?
Okay. Do you know if they accept credit cards, right? But in this case, I'm sorry, it is possible to use yes or yes, we have to use a question mark. Why do you think? Can anyone tell me why it is we are forced to use the question mark?
Because it's
Because
a
of, sorry.
Yeah, always. Because we start the sentence with do, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's not possible to say, do you know if they accept credit card? No, right? I'm sorry, credit cards. I hope it's okay. What about the next one? What do you say? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if the restaurant was full last night.
Mhm. Restaurant was full last night. In that case, do we need to use that question mark or not? No, right? Not necessary. Okay. How about the next one?
I wonder what kind of food they serve.
Yes, I wonder what kind of, of food, right? What kind of food they serve. How about the next one? Remember, go ahead.
I can remember when they open,
Yes.
but with question mark.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, but not really, not really. Why? Because we never ever used did, right?
Just if we find auxiliaries is with question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, if from the, it depends how is introduced the embedded question. For example, over here, the embedded question is introduced with an auxiliary. So in that case, yes or yes, we're gonna use a question mark. But over here, in the embedded question itself, we cannot use do, did, or does, right? That's why. But this did is tells us that we have to use in past, right? So how do you think we can change this? Or not change? When they
Opened.
opened, yes, right? We have to be careful about that because it is about the past, and we don't need to use the question mark. I think it was about 15 years ago. What about the next one?
I don't know if we need an observation.
Uh-huh. Very good. if we need a reservation. Okay, period. Remember also especially when you write sentences in the computer, don't forget to write at the end of a sentence the period or any question mark or whatever, commas. It is very important. Otherwise, even everything is correct. If we forget about the period, we could fail. That's gonna mark that will mark incorrect. How about this one?
Mhm. Can you find out if they serve lunch?
If they serve, we as always we keep the timing, or sorry, the tense. We don't change the time tense. Right? If they serve lunch, I don't know, but something
Chinese
is,
auxiliary.
yeah, right. This is the we have to check out this one. We need to use the question mark because we are asking with can. How about the last one? What do you say?
I'm not sure how we.
Hmm? How we get there? And period. Okay. Do you think is okay if maybe we can change before we submit?
Mm, I did the same, but in my case appears like 0. But maybe it's because I forgot the points. I don't know. I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
Periods. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, it is.
Yeah, that happens. That also happens in how can I say in the TOEFL test. It's very important to not to forget these periods, question marks, commas, if it's necessary, apostrophe. Even if you get some, I don't know if I can, let's say I will write something here. Instead of, for example, I want to write this one, theirs, right? But in my computer, I don't know, I'm not going to use instead of that, I can use something different, probably this one. No. Let me see. Oh, there are some similar, but not exactly. In my keyboard, I cannot find this one at this moment. This one, for example, there's right. Uh, Even this is correct in from our point maybe, but the machine will not understand this. It's gonna mark 0 or wrong. It's important to write like this one, right? There's, but with the correct apostrophe. If you don't write this is gonna be wrong. Even your sentence is okay. Yeah, it's important to not to forget the periods and yeah, some question marks and something. Okay, especially in this kind of sentences or exercises where you need to write. Also, never ever forget about the when you are talking about a person's name, a city, a language. Okay, there will you have to write always with a capital letter. In which occasions? For example, when you write then okay, capital letter always. Okay, capital. Let's write this one. Capital letter. It is a must. Okay, capital letter is a must in which situations when you write a country name, right? Country. When you write nationality, yes or yes with capital letter. Oh, I'm sorry, nationality. When you write about a name, person's name, right? When you write about surname, if you want last name or okay, always with a capital letter. You know, when we write about a month, we also write with start with capital letter. Day of the week as well. Of the week. Yeah, there are something that we are forced. It doesn't matter where is the word, but we need to start yes or yes. We need to write with capital letter. Okay. Also, when you talk about language, I cannot say this one. This is incorrect. If you write like this, even the word is correct, the computer will mark as a mistake. Okay, I'm sorry. That will be like a mistake if you write English like this or Spanish, right? So you have to be careful, especially with that. There are some more. I don't remember exactly right now, but especially when you write about when you talk about right in this case, sorry, capital letter. Oh, sorry, this nouns we have to start yes or yes with a capital letter. Okay. I cannot say French or Bolivian or whatever, Chilean, right? We have to start with a capital letter like this. Or also, we talk about a language, right? Spanish, okay? Something Arabic, right? Okay. Now, I think we finished this embedded question. I don't know if you have some I don't know some other something.
Yes, Professor, you're going to submit this PowerPoint presentation in the
Yeah.
classroom, right?
Yeah, in the platform, I will upload. Sorry, I will. What is this? Update.
Thank you.
Because this is in one file computer, and I'm gonna upload the because all the slides. I think it seems easy, but we need to practice, right? To remember, to be sure about some exercises, especially embedded questions. Okay, no worries. Thanks for reminding me. I will update everything.
Thank you. Mhm.
No, you're welcome. So, oops. I have my presentation here, but the problem is my computer is very slow. But let me do something. Now, we need to work with the next stage of this lesson. Let me share first of all about participle adjectives. Okay. Okay, let me share. For example, participle adjectives are like interested. Sometimes some participle adjectives will be with ed or ing, right? Let's just talking about this one. You can say, I'm interested in football, right? Right here. Or what do you like to do in your spare time, Karen? What do you like to do in spare time?
What do you say, teacher? Spirit?
No, spare time.
It's like my free time.
Yes, exactly.
I like to read.
Yeah, okay. You can say in that case, I'm interested in reading. Okay. In reading books, for example. Yes. In reading books. Right? You mean women over here, or you mean you like to read books and reading books, right? I'm interested in reading books. But how about if I say uh, the books are interesting. Okay. In these two examples, in the first site, when I say I'm interested, we are talking about how a person feels about reading books. And in the second example, it is about the book, right? It is about the book, or the book. It's about the books. How interesting is the book, right? And this is how the person feels when we use with ed, especially when we talk about ed. We mean, or we want to say how a person feels, and when we use ing, we talk about the activity, okay, not the person. But we can use, adjectives like it is dangerous, right? No, but dangerous is no, maybe with a different examples, but this is a clear example. So I don't know if you get it. Yes, this is just the beginning. The I wanted to introduce you with this. It's very short, but the idea is to try to I wanted to try to introduce you this how it works. But let's keep going with this. For example, we have participial adjectives, ed and ing. They usually describe feelings or reactions, okay? Especially about feelings or reactions. We're gonna use sometimes with ed and sometimes with ing. For example, uh, examples of participial adjectives are bored, okay, and boring, right? Two forms have different meanings. Usually, when we use ing, I said that we can talk about the activity itself, and bored can be about the person. But look at this one in this second, the number two, sorry. We use ed adjectives to talk about how someone feels. Okay, Amy, I'm not surprised, right? We're talking about someone who's not surprised of how that person feels. In the example, Amy is talking about how she feels, right? About Amy's feeling. But in number three, we use ing adjectives to talk about someone or something that causes a feeling or reaction. I saw Madonna. It was so exciting. In this example, it is not about Madonna. It is about how Madonna makes feel Jackie. Okay, Jackie is talking about how seeing Madonna in a restaurant caused a reaction in her, not about yeah, how Madonna made feel Jackie. Okay, I don't know if it's easy to understand this one, but no worries. I have my slide. Do you have any questions over here in this point? No? Okay, so I'm having troubles with opening my slide, but I will try to do my best. Let me show you, please, my presentation. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it smaller. Okay, my computer is driving me crazy, but anyway. Okay, this is just a moment. I will try once again. Okay, now let me share my screen, but let's start with this. Like this. Okay, can you see my presentation? I hope so.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so participle adjectives. Okay, this is how to use ed and ing adjectives in English. For example, participle adjectives look like verbs, but they are really adjectives. Their functions to describe nouns. Usually, as you know, adjectives we use to describe nouns, right? And English uses many pairs of ed and ing adjectives. You probably know some of these adjectives. For example, let's continue with the other one. Miguel didn't sleep very well. Okay, can you help me reading this one, please, Micaela? Are you there?
Okay. Miguel didn't sleep very well last night. To make things worse, he had to get up early this morning because his boss asked him to come to work early. When he got up, he realized that he had run out of coffee. Poor Miguel, today he feels tired.
Today he feels tired, right? But when we use tired, we are talking about how Miguel feels, right? We are talking about the person and exhausted also. There are adjectives, even though they end with ed, they describe how Miguel feels, right? Definitely. That is about how Miguel feels. Okay, sorry. I think now it's much better. Okay, and let's keep going with the other one. For example, okay, can you help me reading this one, Lucia?
School is difficult, but Melissa enjoys it because she loves to learn. She especially loves her science class because the teacher is very good. The teacher's class is never boring. On the contrary, it is interesting.
Or exciting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are adjectives, even though they end with ing, they describe the class, right? It's not about the teacher feeling or someone else. This is about the class. Okay, so with ing. Let's continue, please. For example, these are some adjectives, right? Thrilled, thrilling, all of them. Fascinated, fascinating, amazed, right? Shocked, embarrassed. Especially this one, embarrassed. You can say, I felt embarrassed when how can I say, when I fell down on the street. That was so embarrassing, something like that, about the activity, right? But these are some adjectives that we can use in both sides. With us, in this case, with ed and ing, amused, annoyed, distracted, right? Depressed, frightened. Yeah, it depends on. Okay, what is your sentence, right? You can use in any examples, definitely, the this kind of adjectives.
And teacher, we can use this participle adjective with all the tenses that we know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Sometimes, when we talk about verbs, when we use ed, it is about the past, right? But in this case, it is not a verb. They are adjectives, and of course, it's not about the past, right? It is about just an adjective, but it describes how a person feels or how the activity makes feel that person or something like that. But in the tenses, it depends. You can use in any tense because, but I think it's also an interesting question because in English, well, when you tell a story, you can use usually step by step, but usually we use simple past, present perfect, but usually we use in past when we describe things. Okay, but as you said, it is possible to use in any tense, in different tenses, by the way. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And the difference between the ed and ing form of adjectives, ed adjective describe the way a person feels, and ing adjective describes someone's personality, a place, an event, an experience, etc. For example, if something is use any adjective.
Boring.
Okay. If something is boring, what is the next one?
It will make you feel what? What?
Bored.
Bored.
Yes. If something is interesting, it will make you feel interested, something like that, or excited. I don't know, right? Yeah, but the other one can be the opposite way. If something is boring, it will make you feel bored. Yes, something like that. Okay, and read this one, please, Mikael. Yeah, Michaela.
Okay. Tom's job is boring. He feels bored when he is at work. Tom is bored because his job is boring.
Okay. Yeah, over here we are talking about Tom, right? How Tom feels. And let's look at this. Jane thinks that computers are interesting. She's interested in studying computers in the future. Yeah, interested in studying computers. Okay. The activity is interesting, but how she feels? She feels interested, right? Yeah, that's the description of that person. And over here, my friend was feeling depressed, so I invited him to come. I'm sorry. Yeah, I already started to read. To come with us to see an amusing movie. Okay. I thought it might make him laugh a little. Okay. Mm, for example, how was my friend feeling? He was feeling depressed. And how was the activity? The movie was amusing, right? What is the meaning of amusing? Is a very funny, right? Very hilarious, right? There are many ways to describe when something is funny. There's not only funny, right? The other one is, I mentioned one. This one could be something similar to amusing. Hilarious. What is that? What do you understand by with hilarious? What is hilarious? If someone can tell me, maybe.
Something like gracioso, chistoso, like
Yeah.
yeah.
And the same happens with amusing. Okay. But as you can notice here, there are different adjectives, right? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, but let's continue with the next one. If you can read for me, please, this number 4, Karen.
Okay, tripping in front of the other people can be really embarrassing. I always feel embarrassed when this happens.
Yeah, tripping in front of other people can be really embarrassing. This is tripping, right? Falling. But tripping also means what tropezar, right? Tripping. Do you agree with this? What do you say, Karen?
If if this happened to me,
Yeah, but what do you feel when you trip in front of other people?
uh, yeah, I feel
Embarrassed?
embarrassed.
Embarrassed, right? Yeah. Yeah, today there was an event and it was a contest of dances and one guy felt or tripped in front of the public. It was sad, but I think he felt embarrassed. The situation was embarrassing. We can say that, right? The situation or the activity embarrassing, how the person feels embarrassed. Okay. Yeah, and there are also, for example, English grammar can be extremely, what is the correct answer?
Maybe is English grammar can be extremely confusing. It
Very,
makes me feel confused.
very good. Yeah. Okay, I think every sorry, because I cannot open in my PowerPoint, that's why I'm showing like this. It's supposed to not, okay, it doesn't supposed to appear here because it was with fascinant. Fascinate. Millions of tourists are fascinated. Balboa Park. This place is absolutely fascinating. Yeah, but you know, you can do it easily, I think. Okay, so let's practice with the platform. In the platform, we have some exercises regarding this grammar section, which is about participial adjectives. But as you can notice, participial adjectives are simpler, not difficult. The only thing we have to identify if it is talking about a person or talking about the situation or the action or whatever. But then it's easy. Okay. Oh, yes, good. I can make it bigger. So let's work with this, please. Okay, if you can start, please, Lucia.
Sorry, teacher, but I cannot see your
Oh,
screen.
sorry, I forgot to share my screen. Come on, what happened? Okay, I think now, yes. So sorry. Let's do, please.
Last night I went to a theater. I saw a very interesting play called The Ticket.
Okay, thank you very much. And please, if you can continue and work with both of the options, Karen.
Okay, the story is both amusing and moving.
Okay, thank you. And Michaela, please, if you can continue on
Uh,
the period.
okay. I laughed and cried. The actors are excellent and even do some improvisation. As an actor myself, I was truly ins- inspired.
Thank you very much.
Mm,
If you can continue, please, Lucia.
I have just one complaint about the ticket. Although I was never bored.
Okay, continue, please.
Me?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I was annoyed
Mhm.
that there was no intermission.
Thank you. And continue, please, until the period, Karen.
Okay, 3 hours without a break is too long. I'm sure it's exhausting for the two actors who are on stage the whole time. And continue.
Uh,
Uh,
yes, please, Karen.
Okay, but apart from that one, apart apart from that one irritating fact, the play is wonderful.
Okay, thank you. And now, please, your turn.
okay. If you want an enter, if you want an entertainment theater experience, get a ticket for the ticket. You won't be disappointed. Disappointed.
Disappointed, right?
I think if you want an entertaining,
Okay, entertaining. Okay, let's check. Very good. Yeah, good decision. In the last seconds, it is correct. Okay, I think not difficult, this one, right? Or maybe you have some questions about this. The
Professor, just a question of pronunciation. How can I pronunciate? It's irritating or is irritating?
irritating,
Okay.
yeah, irritating. Okay. And now let's continue, please. Okay, and the participle adjectives number 2, I think you're gonna do it. And with that, we finished with the grammar part only, by the way. And okay, we have to do a lot of things, but I'm sorry, due to the time, I'm gonna try to do it with not with presentations, only with the platform, please. Let's check it out. This one. I'm gonna share this. Okay, vocabulary you have to read, but let's do it together. Okay, for example, we have agent, especially this is about it can be like a studio, right? Movie studio where we can find some people or some jobs related to movie production or TV production, right? We have agent, okay? Agent, someone who's paid by actors or musicians to find work for them, right? And camera person. Also, I don't know if you, well, we can talk about not only the movies, also about the, oh, am I sharing? Yes, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm sharing. Well, for example, camera person, a person who operates the camera, right? A custom designer, but not only in movies, I said, we can also talk about a play, right? Uh, for example, what do you understand by play, guys? The word play.
Sometimes could be like an like a like a obra. It depends of the context.
In Spanish, we say teatro, right?
Yeah.
Because it's very different when we say this word. What is this? What is the meaning of this one?
It's like the place.
This is usually in English, they relate with movie theater, right? Or like cinema.
Mhm.
And the play is, yeah, also the plays can be, but, and sometimes they don't use movie or they only say theater.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're the plays, but play is like, in La Paz is very popular. I don't know if in Santa Cruz, I think also, right? In Santa Cruz, I don't know if in Cochabamba it's possible to go to the place.
Yes, yes.
Ah, nice. Yeah, in Santa Cruz, I think is also very popular. Some actors like Raúl Mamani. In La Paz is Riguchito, and maybe in Cochabamba is Jenny Serrano, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it depends. It depends.
Yeah, yeah, it's. I like to go. I used to go, but due to my time, I can. But anyway, so in the place also we're gonna find this kind of people, right? Costume designer, but in movies also film director, makeup artist. Okay, a person okay, who's well, who's in charge of makeups, producer, scriptwriter, someone who writes for the actors, set designer, sound engineer, stunt person. Wow, I think it's a difficult question, difficult job, right? The stunt person in movies. A stunt person is who replaces plays the actor when something is dangerous, right? Some stunt person dies. When Fast and Furious movie, one stunt person died, right? Okay. Yeah, I think you were able to read all of those vocabulary or the vocabulary, sorry. But now we're gonna work with this, by the way. I spoke to an agent one. Jack is interested in an acting career in the video. Okay, but let's look at this one. Oh, what about this? What about this one? Who actually films the action when making a movie?
A camera person.
Okay. Number two, read the sentence and the answer, please. Anyone?
Mhm. Who creates the dialogue for a play, movie, or television program? A script writer.
Okay. Three, please, Karen.
Who does the job of the actor when he or she has to do dangerous thing? A stunt person.
Mhm. Number four, please, Sia.
Who looks for jobs for actors, musicians, etc.? An agent.
Mhm. And sorry,
Uh,
Mika. Oh, anyway, I got confused, but read.
Okay. Who designs the place where a movie is filmed or a play is acted? A set designer.
Very good. Number six, please, Karen.
Who tells the actors how to act while making a movie? A film director.
Okay.
Who creates the actors' clothes? A costume designer.
Yes.
And who is responsible for all the noise you hear in a movie? Um, a sound engineer.
Okay. Number nine.
Who has a general control of a movie, television program, or play? A producer.
10.
Who makes the actors' faces look like their characters? A makeup artist.
Yes. They must be very professional, right? Makeup artists, not only the makeup like in faces, they are must real makeups, right? Like Terminator. Doesn't it must be difficult. Okay. Yeah, it's good. So thanks for being in the class. I'm sorry I had a lot of difficulties here to get connected, and also I think I got confused with some links or something. Not confused. I don't know what happens because I get connected from my cell phone with the same class, but something happened. Anyway, okay. I don't know if you can see the survey. I will. Okay, as I told you, I will make available. I will enable the quiz of unit lesson 3, and that's going to be until Sunday evening, 11:59. And also I will update the presentations in the classroom. Okay, I don't know if you have any questions.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much for your patience. I'm sorry for those things that I have today. Have a very nice weekend.
You too, teacher. You too, girls. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
teacher. Bye, girls. Have a nice weekend.